Hello, family and friends. Today, I'd like us to dive into a profound reflection about our relationship with God. You've probably heard the phrase, I know God. But today, I challenge you to contemplate a deeper question. Does God know you? It's one thing to assert that we know God, but it's entirely different to be known by Him. In the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 7, verses 21 to 23, Jesus speaks to this very point. He warns us with these striking words.
Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. Many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name, and in your name drive out demons, and in your name perform many miracles? Then I will tell them plainly, I never knew you. Away from me, you evildoers.
Jesus' message is a wake-up call. It's not just about professing our faith with our lips, but living it with our lives. It's about a genuine relationship with Jesus Christ, one that transforms us from the inside out. So I ask you again, you may know God, but does God know you? Matthew 7:21 to 23 speaks of Jesus' warning to those who claim to follow Him but do not truly know Him or do His will. These verses highlight the importance of genuine faith and obedience. To draw a parallel from the Old Testament, consider the story of King Saul in 1 Samuel 15. Saul was anointed as the first king of Israel and initially appeared to follow God's commands. However, when instructed by God through the prophet Samuel to completely destroy the Amalekites and their possessions, Saul disobeyed by sparing King Agag and keeping the best of the livestock for himself. Saul's disobedience demonstrated his lack of genuine commitment to God's will. Was there a time in your life that you felt God calling you? How did you respond? In both Matthew 7:21 to 23 and the story of King Saul, we see the consequences of superficial faith and disobedience. Jesus warns that not everyone who calls Him Lord will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only those who do the will of the Father. Similarly, Saul's disobedience led to God's rejection of him as king. Samuel, a prophet from the Old Testament, declared that to obey is better than sacrifice, and to heed is better than the fat of rams. 1 Samuel 15 verse 22. These passages emphasize that true faith is demonstrated through obedience and alignment with God's will, rather than mere outward appearances or empty declarations. Take a moment today to think about the question, does God know you? We should always strive to build a genuine and personal relationship with Christ. Matthew 7 verses 24 to 27 states,
Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house. Yet it did not fall, because it had its foundation on the rock. But everyone who hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man who built his house on sand. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and it fell with a great crash.
Thank you for joining me and dedicating time to your spiritual journey with God.